Howdy. Here at the Lake Fork, the Gunnison River. Looking down here at the box. Gonna come run this section. A little bit low flow today, but want to suss out an alternative exit. The last 4 miles of this run are plagued by some private property issues, and I think we found a nice BLM slice of BLM land that will enable us to leave the river before that. So we're gonna suss it out, try it out. So weather's gorgeous, it's really warm, it's gonna be a nice day, so let's go paddle. Okay, here we go. David, Matthew. Hi, Matthew. Let's do this.
No car free log?
Already done.
Okay, good.
Woo! Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna run into the wall! Oh no! Ah! 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 Save me, David! Got some wood, but just go over it. Those are just undercuts. Yeah, from the water. When the river used to be down there at river level. Oh, cool. Neat. Cool. I wonder what that's from. Must have been a heck of an event. Wow, look at that. Woo! Spicy. Missed that one. Whoops. Nice. High fives. Ooh, that was fun.
Thanks for heading it up there.
Boom. Yeah, that was fun. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I know I don't ask for much, but if you haven't already, maybe consider just throwing a subscribe my way. I would appreciate that. Just want to touch base on a few things here, especially the geology, maybe a little bit on the history, but this one was a little bit mild on the whitewater, as you saw, but as far as scenery, as you also may have seen, was absolutely fantastic on this run. It's definitely a highlight of that run for sure. So I'm going to touch base on that geology and kind of some other really neat geology around the area as well first, maybe hit a little bit of history at the end. So basically with the Lake Fork area, the Creed area, the Lake City area, kind of all of southwest Colorado, the San Juans, it's all about volcanics. Lava flows, ash flows, debris flows, all the features that we associate with volcanics today and historically, geologically. We've seen a lot of them around the Lake City area, Creed again, kind of whole San Juan volcanic area. So in this area in particular, there was 3 main phases of volcanics that we like to classify today geologically. There was the early phase that was a whole lot of much more today ash flows is about the best stuff left over, although there is some other breccias and stuff. That dates back to like 36, 31 million years ago, kind of a big 5 million year period of it there. We later move into the middle phase of the volcanics, which was kind of maybe more 30, 26 million years ago. This was categorized by a lot of breccia, a lot of major like ash flows, debris flows. Think of like Mount St. Helens, similar like landslide events like that. And then finally we get to the late phase, which is really a long period of volcanics. It was from like 25, 26 million years ago, all the way to as recently as these like 6 million years ago. So pretty fresh and recent geologic times. There was a lot of this happening around that time. The West Elk calderas around Gunnison, northwest of Gunnison, were really spewing a lot of debris out at this time, and those actually kind of intermingled in a lot of places. But this canyon that we've rafted through or kayaked through was actually pretty neat because thanks to all those depositions, we kind of were paddling within like a canyon within a canyon, essentially. We were paddling in an inner gorge of tuff, which is kind of like old hardened ash that's been weathered away by water or wind. That's that inner box that we were floating through. Above that, the hillsides above there, kind of rolling hillsides, are made of more tuff, also a lot of breccia, which is kind of like the aforementioned landslides that picked up a lot of debris, other rock, and then just kind of hardened into these strange conglomerates. Those are some of the slopes that have really weathered away, creating some really grotesque and beautiful, at the same time, features along the river. And then higher up on top, that's where you get the late phase volcanics, which are the big basalt flows that cap a lot of mesas in the area. There's a couple of places where you can kind of see all 3 layers distinctly, both from river level and then also if you get kind of up above. So pretty neat all the way around. One more really cool feature in that area, just downstream from where we were paddling, there's a really neat feature called the Gate, which is actually an old broken down basalt lava dam that at one point backed up a really big lake behind it. And we can actually see that today in the valley upstream from that. There's actually old lake shore terraces up on the hillsides above it. So pretty cool to think about what a how big of a lake that must have been. It's really similar to the same sort of geologic setup down near Creed and Wagon Wheel Gap, with a similar lava dam that burst and let out a huge lake and carved a pretty impressive canyon below it. So just one thing to touch about the history. Lake City, for the most part, was kind of originally a small mining town, some silver, some gold. It was kind of late to the game, late 19th century, early 20th century, kind of late to the party a little bit. After the mines closed, the whole valley was kind of a ranching and agrarian, kind of forgotten by the wayside in the big scheme of Colorado history. But during those times when it was serviced by just the railroad, there was actually a really cool bridge where we put in, that's actually today called the High Bridge Access. And that bridge at the time was a pretty significant feat of engineering. It was over 120 feet high, something like 800 feet long. And it basically stemmed over the entire inner box canyon of the Lake Fork and just stayed from one bench to the other. Today there's not much left. You can kind of see some foundations on one side. You can see some cables dangling on the other, but other than that, it's basically just a memory at this point. So I think actually at this point, it's now gone, but the pillars from that, some of the pillars were actually used in a middle school in Gunnison, Ruland Middle School, for its construction, and that's what I was saying. That school is now gone, but I'm pretty sure those beams went to that, so kind of repurposing one structure for another, kind of interesting. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you for the next adventure.